I'm going to come to what motivated you into joining politics in the first place. But let's talk about teamwork and management in Delta State. One of the gubernatorial candidates in this 2023 election, specifically the SDP Guber Candidate Ossai G, described the outgoing governor of Delta State as one who has propensity for working with those who have not shown much of a brilliance and capacity. Do you share in that impression?
To some extent, I would say yes. Yes, to a large extent, really, not some extent. A large extent, yes. Because I look at the boards in our state, I look at the people there. You know, a lion will beget a lion. A dog will beget a dog. An elephant will beget an elephant. If you are a governor, you are a professional, very intelligent, smart, and clever, why would you use mediocres as your lieutenants and your generals? Go and check. List all the parastatals and see the people that have been put in those parastatals. List all, without saying that all of them, most of them are not worthy to be where they are. A few, but still who responds to power, who responds to power, who reports to power. Do they have the freedom to do what they have to do? They are all minorities in that plate. So, to some extent, I think the man is right when he said that. I believe that in this coming dispensation, it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so. Let our professionals be called to duty. You don't just use riffraffs. I'm sorry to use that word. Nobody say riffraff. I mean mediocres. You put them in sensitive boards. People can never say, bros, Oga, this one is not right. How dare you come and make... You are out the next day if you are not careful. That's not how to run a state. That's not how to run a nation. You know, when we criticize what is happening at higher levels of governance and we come to our own level, we're not able to implement it. It's a shame. It's a shame. So teamwork is not just gather people to make up a team. Quality people, that's what we are looking forward to.
Let me bring it down to Ndokwa Nation. Ndokwa people are known for their ability to rally around and speak in one voice. In this government of representation, how will you describe Ndokwa's sons and daughters in this government, and what do you make of their representation?
Well, I laugh. Yes, constitutionally there's representation. There is theory and there is practical. What can a House of Assembly person do for you in legislature? What can House of Reps person do for you? Those are, for me, as they are being practiced, personal empowerment. Those are personal empowerment. The person that has the bread and the knife is the executive. They have so intimidated those people, not just in Ndokwa, everywhere, every state in this country. They are just servants, boys to them. With the brilliance, if you talk the truth, they throw you away. They remove the seat from you. It happened to my brother, Olesimegu, for speaking out for our people. Let my brother, my brilliant brother, my representative in Ndokwa West, let him go and say something that is contrary to what leadership wants him to say. Let him say it, no matter, even if in a hushed voice, they will suspend him. That guy is brilliant. He's bold. He is not somebody that will place to the gallery. All of them are good. But the system we run is Zeus organization. You know a triangle. The top is where the king stays, the emperor stays. The top is where Zeus stays. Along you have segments. You know, layers. Pyramid. It's a pyramid. It's a mafia organization. It has nothing to do with party. Any party you take, it's like that. Whether it is APC or PDP or NYSC party or GCE party. The structure of, unfortunately, you can't run elections without going through a party. And the parties are structured like that. You know an umbrella. Remove the cloth that covers an umbrella and close it. What do you get? You get a broom. Take a broom, spread it and put cloth around it, you get an umbrella. So it's not the physical structure and all that. It is the power play. That is where political economy comes in. The mixture of economy and power is what is called political economy. Interplay of politics, political power, and resource management, or resource acquisition, or resource distribution, or dispensation. So, no matter, there's nothing a commissioner can do for his community if the chief executive of the state does not approve. There's nothing the House of Assembly person can do. I will not, nobody should lead me to blame those innocent people. You have to be a strong-hearted man and be prepared to be suspended in the House. Be prepared to be suspended. That's when you are truly showing that you are representing your people. Speak and make noise and shout. There's no way they can throw away 29 of you because you are speaking your mind. In the former dispensation, Okonjo of Ogwashi was suspended in Midwest for speaking the truth. It's on record. Those are men. But where somebody has selected you and made all the arrangements to make sure that you come to the house or you become House of Reps person, how dare you speak to that power, to that Zeus? You will be disciplined and chucked out of the structure, the system. There is a layer of authority and hierarchy. For them to bring you from that squalor where you are and make you a candidate, you must know that you have signed out your freedom. And we need to get people who are free in spirit to represent us until we get such people. And when they go, what do? They make money, build their houses, get a small farm, get one hotel or two in Calabar, in Lagos, Abuja, and the rest money, they send their children abroad. What is remaining, they show off. That is the representation we have. If you are fortunate to be called by the compradors, the people on top of your layer who are monitoring the system and running the system for the Zeus, the top echelon. If you make one small mistake, you are gone. If they tell you that all delegates must be in this hotel by 2 a.m., bring all your delegates and lock them up until they finish the election. That is it. Yes, sir. It is done. And then they pick you and say you are going as House of Assembly member. You must obey in that cultic system. Otherwise, you are a noisemaker. They'll throw you down. So I don't believe in this present. It's just constitutional that every local government must have House of Assembly member. Otherwise, we will not get if it was given. If not for constitution, we won't even get commissioners. So those are, let's not look at it from the superficial level. The content of those people in House of Assembly has been caged. They have been caged and suppressed and oppressed. I don't blame them. That is why we must struggle to put a new Zeus, a new leadership that will lead with the heart of gold, the heart of love for his people.
Just like it is said in management of which you are an authority, that everything rises and falls on leadership. I'm going to ask, knowing what you know now, have you been able to reach a realization of what the new Zeus of Delta State should look like, if I may borrow your description?
I am looking forward to a benevolent dictator at the national level. Benevolent means you will force people to do the right thing. Okay, for their good. You force them to do what is good for them. They may not be aware. So the kind of leadership I'm looking forward to is, who is coming there as my governor at the state level? What is his pedigree? What is his character like? What do we know of him? I'm not talking about his PhD or his master's and all that. No, that's not education. That's certification. What is his content? What has he done in the last 8 years? Does he listen to people? Does he have the love of his people at heart? Is he a manipulator? And then what is his program like? I was invited to work with a candidate or an aspirant at a time. What drew me to him was his program, his dream for this country, for this state. And when I saw his dreams, his programs, I now looked at where he's coming from. his capacity, his competence. Then I look at his honesty. Has never been tainted. I started working for him or with him. And the same thing has guided me in where I am now. The program, the capacity, the competence, the pedigree, and the sincerity of purpose. That is where I am now. I'm working with somebody, a friend of mine. I believe in him, that he will deliver for the people of this state, irrespective of your ethnic coloration, irrespective of your religious. If he doesn't do it, then I'm sorry, another 4 years will come, because that's it. That is why I'm working for the person I'm working for. I have seen his program, I have seen his honesty, I have seen his doggedness, I have seen his capacity, I have seen his sincerity and openness and inclusiveness.
From the character you've analyzed, with your experience in corporate management, and for the benefit of some Deltans who are still sitting on the fence on what the choice of the next governor of Delta State should be, would you be generous enough to put a face to the character you've been painting for governor of Delta State?
Well, there's nothing to hide. I am open person. As for governorship, rulership, or leadership in the state, there will be only one governor at a time, and you must come from a party. I have seen so many aspirants. I have evaluated them. I have discussed with a number of them and waited until their time of primaries and all that. They came out with their programs. Some of them did not succeed in coming tops. But amongst the people that are running today, the person I know and I have evaluated, I have followed over the years, that has the capacity, the competence, the dexterity, the kind of heart that can rule this state, that can lead this state and turn this state around and modernize this state, is Barrister, Senator Ovie Omo-Agege. That is the person, as at today, as far as to me, that's the person I'm working with. He approached me, we have been friends, he's a brother, but friendship, brother, is not the fact, it's not the issue now. What is the issue is, he is capable, he is dogged, he is honest, he is sincere, he is open. He runs an all-inclusive kind of team building. It doesn't matter where you come from. I'm from Delta North, he's from Delta Central. It doesn't care whether you are from Kakpamri or you are from Omo-Agege, as long as you are a force to reckon with to develop this state, to come to be part of the team that will modernize and turn around this state. It is that is pushing us. People are running to him now because it's the only option, unless another option comes, which is too late. Omo-Agege is the only person that can handle this state the way it should be handled. It will be a great disservice if he does not become the next leader of our state as governor. When he promises, he keeps it, by my experience and from what people say. I think it will be lucky to have him as our governor. And you can see people are rushing to him now. Everybody is rushing, because sometimes people have their own time of realization and awareness and consciousness. So that is the only person I believe for today amongst the candidates that knows the cries of the women, the widows today, that sees that these children don't have books and all that, that these people are in darkness. That is the only man that relates and goes to villages and relates with people personal. That's the kind of leadership we need now. We don't need all those old Zeus who sits up there high like Major Nebuchadnezzar. No, gone are the days. This is the era of giving the youth the opportunity to interact with their leader one-on-one. know their problems. The era of brigandage is over, where you carry AK-47, carry ballot box. It's not going to work. You can join the criminals to begin to look for people to intimidate and all that, but it won't work. So for me, that is the person that, in my opinion, will create the enabling environment for all resources to be employed. For all resources, both human, material, and natural resources, to be drawn into work, to sweat for our state, and make us the #1 state in this country. So I was drawn to him because of his program, and because of his character, and because of his pedigree, and because of his passion. He's so impassioned about changing this state, and I believe him. If in 4 years he doesn't do it, well, who has it done? He will not seek a second term now, because we are grooming new people to look at performance, not just patronage. Do you get it? That is the only person as of today. May God give him strength and health to do it for us. You see, people's activities distinguish them from the crowd. You don't distinguish yourself by mouth, by saying and all that. It's what you do that people hold you to. You get my point? Yes, people will make promises and fail, but to whose detriment in the end? Why am I saying that? As a senator, go and look at what he did in his own senatorial zone, and even extending out of his senatorial interest to other senatorial zones like my place. He's made efforts to do things for us. Do you understand? He visits us when he comes to our parties. When people are bereaved, you will see Omo-Agege there. In his high position, he comes down. He says, "Oh boy, sorry, this thing happened. They just tell me." It's not politics. That's the kind of leadership the new generation needs, not big man leadership. We are all human beings. Let's not put people aside and downplay people and have your own little clique, your cousins and your brothers. That's not leadership. So I have seen him. Whatever he puts his heart to do, he does it. If he says it, he does it. Take example in secondary school. He came there and saw the state of St. George's Grammar School, Obinomba. It's not from Okwani local government. He just came as an old boy. And what has he done? From his resources, he has changed the face of St. George's Grammar School. Is he from Okwani local government? And he's doing more for other people. We are in darkness. We are looking for people that they call Otoknadu. What you say, you do. So those who are promising us heaven and earth and they don't do it, is to their own detriment. For me, it is very easy for me to say I'm working with you and I work with you. And it's also easy for me to fire myself and look for people that are interested in the welfare, in the upgrading of our state, modernizing of this state. Your program first, your capacity 2, your credibility 3, your integrity 4. If you have every other thing and you don't have integrity, you have nothing. I believe Omo-Agege has integrity and plus the rest.